Hello everyone. Today we are going to be making this beautiful deep moody purple and mauve and burgundy arrangement. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Perfect if you like the darker, moodier colors for fall, even a good Halloween, or just an everyday piece if you love purple and mauve. So this is what we're going to be making today. I am Melissa with TCT Crafts, Designs and Decor. And if you're interested in learning more about silk floral design, whether it be arrangements, centerpieces, wreaths, swags, all the things, you are in the right place. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you down and let's get started. So today we're going to make could be fall, could be every day, could be for like a wedding or an event, but we're going to use sort of purples and creams today. And we are going to be using these gorgeous purple magnolias. Now they are sold out at this moment, but I talked to my supplier today and they are able to send me one more case. So we've got one more case coming at the end of the month, and that will be it until next year. So you can come back to this video and we will have some more in shortly. So I'm just going to cut these little buds. This is a partial bush, so I'm using what I have left. So we're going to have 2 large blooms and a couple of larger head florals. Okay, so and I am just using a 9-inch wooden dough bowl as my base. Use whatever container that you have or that you would like to use. I love to use dough bowls. I use them a lot in my designs. They're affordable. You can make them a smaller piece, or you can just extend the length on your blooms and make it a larger arrangement. So they're very versatile. Okay, so we only have 2 of these, so we're going to be a little strategic. Got to figure out exactly where I want to place them. I think we're going to go kind of opposite each other. This one's going to have a little bit more of a bend down. This one is a little up. Okay, so that's going to be like our focal flowers there. Now we have some smaller cream roses that I'm going to add in here. So this is going to be like a purple and cream. I thought about bringing in some mauve, but I think we're just going to stick with the purple and the creams. Okay, so I'm going to just give this little magnolia a friend right there. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this one. He's going to get a friend over here. And maybe add one coming this way. Now you see this time I started with my florals. Sometimes I start with my florals, sometimes I start with my greenery. It really just depends. There's no rhyme or reason sometimes into what I do, but I just happened to start with the florals this time. So okay, that little guy I think is going to go right there. We have our little purple blooms too. I may cut these little, pull these little leaves off. So if you want to make it more fall, we might add some little of these orange berries. I'm not sure yet. That will give it a slightly more fall vibe. But if you wanted to go in a little bit more fall, you could go in with some golden colors for your greenery. I actually have, let me see. I have a golden brown eucalyptus eucalyptus, but I don't know, because I want to use, what I really want to use is I want to use these purple lamb's ear. So, and then some of my cottonwood ivy. So I think we're not going to probably go that route, other than maybe add these orange berries to give it just a slightly fall vibe, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the design goes. We may keep it just very purples and creams. So we'll see. I will maybe add a couple of these little lotus pots. That'll give it a little fall vibe too. Okay, let's maybe get another one. So I already had these cut today, y'all. I pulled them out of another project. So make this tutorial quicker. That is a tip. I don't always follow my advice, but that is a tip, is to, if you know which florals you're going to use, have all your stuff cut up before you start designing, and it just kind of keeps you in your flow a little bit better. I'm trying to see if I want this one in the center or if I want to stay more right left. Which I think I'm going to put it right there. So slightly off center. Slightly off center with my floral really coming more to the right. It's really coming more this way than straight forward, so I still kind of have this separation, which I kind of want for my design. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take this, cut this little bit here. Put it back on that side. I think I'm going to put this one kind of right in between to break up those creams a little bit in the front. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now I do have these little filler flowers. They came off of a, what was it? A peony bush, I believe. We have a burgundy or mauve peony bush that has these, and I pulled them off. So we're gonna add a few of these. I don't know if I wanna leave the greens. I think I'm gonna pull the greenery off of it, y'all. Not really my vibe. I'm gonna put this one right there in the center. Okay, so I stuck it in between those two. Let's get another one. And go back behind. So this is pulling in a softer purple tone, but still staying in our purple family. Okay, I've got one more. I'll put it right there. This guy might be a little tall up there, but we'll see. Okay, let's add in some of our lamb's ear pieces now. We also have a purple eucalyptus in the shop that would be pretty in this as well. Very, very similar, just a different leaf type. But they're very, very similar. They are on the pricier side. Anytime you get specialty things like that, they want to charge an arm and a leg for them, unfortunately, y'all. But it brings something different to your arrangement that people are not used to seeing. Oh, look, I have the eucalyptus right here. See, it's very, very similar. I forgot I had brought it over here because I thought I might add some in, but I wasn't sure yet. Let me see where I want this. Over on the side. Let me see, we could add some height to go back here with that one. Yes, I think I'm gonna do that, y'all. I'm gonna give this guy a little friend back here so he's not in the sky by himself. I also have these purple bulldozers that we might add in here. Let me see. I'm not sure yet. I think I like them. Bringing in all the tones. I'm gonna go underneath this one a little bit. He's gonna kind of hang out by that little wildflower. And this little pod back here, he kind of got hidden. You can see him from the side, but we may add another one. More in the, maybe more in the front, so that he can really be seen. If you don't like the pods, just leave them out. And then maybe, let's see, a taller one. Y'all see where I'm going with that? Back here. Okay. That's all the pods. Not gonna go crazy. So we kind of got one hidden over here. Then we have our little triangle of 3 here. I'll take that back. We could maybe go a smaller one down low. If it doesn't look good when we go to take the photos, you just pull it out, y'all. Okay, now I think we're done with the pods. This here's a baby. Let's put him underneath our little cream flower here. And we got one more. Don't know if I want it. He's kind of hidden there. It's a good filler, but we don't want to hide him either. It's starting to get pretty, y'all. Okay, we will probably add in, I don't know if I want to go in with the eucalyptus or keep it all lamb's ear. This gives us a different texture. It's kind of fun. Maybe we'll add just a couple. And y'all know me, when I say a couple, I mean like the whole bush, but let me do one more, and then let's add a little of our ivy in before I start getting super crazy with it, y'all. Okay, and I'm going to determine if I'm going to do the berries. So the berries will definitely take it more fall. So see if you tucked in some of the orange berries, how it takes it a little bit more fall. I think I'm gonna leave them out for right now. I'm gonna finish it up. I'm gonna do some photos. And then I might tuck in a few of these. Take some photos and see which one I like better. Okay, so we're gonna leave the berries out for this video. You'll see the finished product. If you see them in there, you know I decided to go a little more fall with it. But you could bring in some mustard, I wouldn't go bright orange, but that has a little bit of yellow tone to it. To complement, the cream there. I also have these pretty straw flowers. Those they're a little more brighter. They're a brighter white than I think. If I didn't have the cream, I think I would use these. But with the cream, I think I'm going to skip on these. Okay. So I've got some pieces of ivy here from other projects that I've pulled out. So let's just start kind of using what we got here. I want this guy more coming over our magnolia. Tuck that little piece there in the center. Got another tall piece that we might could use in the back. Kind of let me try him this way. Yes, I like that better. We're going to kind of intertwine him with that little bud there. But I want a piece going over this little cream flower up front. So he's just kind of growing over that one. Got another kind of longer piece I want coming out by this pod. Okay, so I have it coming kind of out by the pod. Got another shorter piece I'm going to go right underneath the pod. We have a little bit of a void right here, like we need something right here. So I have these little fern pieces on my table. Y'all, I have scraps, so everybody, you know, we got our scraps. So I got a little scrap of this. And I almost think we need to raise this little guy up. But he's tied to our bed, isn't he? No, he's okay. So I'm gonna raise this little guy up. He still needs to come up a little higher. So I'm going to put him on a wooden pick. There we go. And we'll cover him up. We'll cover the mechanics up better. And I still like this little guy in there. And we might actually do, let's see if I want to do another one. Okay, I think I got another one of these fern pieces. So let's place it on. I don't know. We may not use it. We may just leave those little two. I'm going to leave it for now. I can add it in when I do my photos. We may just leave it kind of simple with those. I'm going to start filling in with some of my ivy just around the bottom. We're going to start cleaning it up. Another tall piece here. Ooh, that's pretty, y'all. It's prettier in person than it probably looks on the video, but all right. Got all my scrap ivy before I open the new one. I think that's all my scrap ivy, y'all. So I'm going to mix in a few other little pieces. This is a different color. This is the little light green. So I'm going to kind of blend it in with some of the other green. They're almost the same, just slightly different. I'm out of my, y'all, I waste more picks than I use, I think, sometimes. I am out of my regular green, and the supplier does not have any left. So we're just going to kind of blend them. So I am just going to take my ivy and I'm just going to go around the bottom and clean this up. And then I will. Okay, so I have gone around the bottom and just put some of my ivy, tucked in a few of those little purple eucalyptus pieces. And then on the back side, I just added a little bit of ivy. I'm not going to go super crazy back here because this is going to be forward facing. I will tuck in some more moss and clean that up, but we're not going to waste a lot of product back there. The last thing I think I want to add is I want to go in with some of these proteas. I have some left. We are sold out of these, I do believe, but I had some left in my stash, and I think they would be really pretty in here. So we're gonna play for a minute, see if we like it. Of course, you can leave these out. It is beautiful just as it is. But look at that, y'all. Look how that just ties perfectly in with these different shades of purple. I love it. So we're gonna tuck in a couple of these in here. But we are almost done. Let me see where I want this one. I think I want this one kind of lower. Yes. Some thick stems, y'all. Get a workout. Okay, so I wanted that one a little bit lower. And then let's maybe do one more. Let's see. I'm gonna leave it long until I can figure out where I want it. If I can get it cut, I'm gonna have to bring out I have to get the stem cutter out, y'all. There we go. Let me see where I want this. I think he's gonna hang out with this magnolia over here. And the reason I didn't put him here is I don't want it straight across. So having him a little bit more towards the back doesn't give me that straight across line. I don't want things looking like a goalpost. So you can see him. He's visible from the front, but he's the supporting actress back there. And I think that's perfect. Now you could go in with a little bit more cream if you wanted. We have just a few pops of the cream. If you wanted to pull in more cream, we could maybe put a couple more buds in here. Let me see, I also have these little cream berries. Let me just see if I like the berries in here, or if we want to pull in a couple more of the cream flowers. It's not necessary. You could just have the pot. But do y'all see those little berries just kind of tucked in there? I think that brings in a little bit more cream. So let's add a few of these in here. And if I don't like it when I do the photos, I'll just pull them out. Okay, let's get a couple more. I don't know if we have these in stock. I think we don't, y'all. I think these may be, this is an old. I'm using stuff from my stash. But use whatever you have on hand. I'm in desperate modes right now. We don't have, stuff product is just starting to come in for, you know, fall, Halloween, Christmas. But we've only got a few items, so I'm having to get creative with stuff that I already had, y'all. I need to do a better job this year of putting back some stuff to save for this time next year, so I can get started on stuff when I'm waiting on the product to get here. So I have just a couple pieces. I think I'm going to get one more. I don't think I'm going to use all of this, but we're going to get a couple pieces. I'm going to use it a little bit in the back. Like I said, we're not going to waste a lot of product back here, but I'm just going to kind of tuck in a couple pieces, more on the side than necessarily the back. And I'm not using the leaves. The leaves on these are very, very bright green. And I don't want to pull back our color in here. Okay, so just a couple back there. And then I'm just going to clean that up with moss. And I think I'm going to go on the side over here. Okay, so I just tuck these kind of by the pod. Let's maybe get one on this side. So I brought in a little bit more cream without adding more of the cream flowers. But again, if you want to add more of these, you can. I think I'm just going to leave it just a couple little pops of them, and then those little berries. But I think we're good, y'all. We'll clean it up. Make sure I don't see any of my stems peeking through. But there is our beautiful sort of moody fall, I guess you could say. Like I said, it could be every day. Just using those deep purples and mauves and creams with that green, bringing out some of the brown with the pods. But I think it turned out beautifully. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, if you're new to our channel, we would love to have you subscribe. Hit that little notification bell and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials. So until next time, bye y'all.